All right, so right now we have an uphill threshold session. This prep has been filled with these workouts on Wednesday. So this is a steep incline. This is about a half a mile hill, probably about a 20% grade, so it's pretty steep. What I have today is 6 by 3 minutes uphill at threshold heart rate, and then a recovery jog back down, followed by a final rep of a sustained effort running up the entire hill, and then a recovery back down. So what these workouts do is build up so much lactate in my legs. So it's preparing my legs for being late in the race, having a bunch of lactate build up, and still being able to push and run on those fatigued, beat down legs. This is another reason why my strength training has taken a step back. It's become really specific and detailed for what I need to strengthen, like lower legs, quads, core, some of the stuff I'm really gonna need in the race. But instead of lifting 3 days a week, I'm now only lifting 2 days a week, and I'll do some body weight stuff on the side, but I'm really only doing 2 main strength sessions per week because of these type of workouts that are really just beating down my legs. It's an absolute grind. Quads are so dead. I'm only 3 reps in, halfway. The recovery down also puts a lot of strain and stress on the quads. So as soon as you turn around to go uphill, there's already lactate built up in them. And then you have the uphill getting up to zone 4 heart rate. You're just crushed. This is actually a smaller one this week. It's only about 6 miles total. I had a mile warm up and I'll have a mile cool down after. Usually it's even longer than this, so thankful this week isn't as long. 5th rep complete, jogging back down the hill now. And I wanted to give you guys a good uphill running tip that I've learned. You wanna have a slight forward lean, not too far to where you're putting all the weight on your quads, just a very slight forward lean. You wanna keep your chest up, super upright. That way you can utilize your arms. I feel like at first, when I started doing hills, I didn't utilize my arms as much. They can give you a lot of power, especially when it gets steeper and you're doing repeats like this. Just really vigorously pump your arms and it'll help with that leg power to give you some supplemental arm power to keep it rolling. Just finished the last full hill climb. Had to take a second to just sit here. I got a mile cool down the hill and then home. I'm telling you, man, it's been nothing but a grind, this prep. But it's exactly why I signed up for it, to really just step out of my comfort zone and challenge myself to the core. And workouts like this, I would take 12 800-meter repeats on a track over a workout like this, I promise you.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And it's really just unexplainable until you get into elevation training. So
you'll see the big turnoff up on your left once you climb up that it's a pretty steep, like, rocky climb. Like, you won't be able to run it. You'll have to walk it, and then you'll see the turnoff to your left, and you'll just follow that out.
Okay.
All the way until you get to essentially the road down there.
Yeah, I'll text you after, but I'm gonna try to get warmed up and get after it here.
Yep. All right.
All right, dude. Appreciate all your help. Yep.
Yeah.
Later, bro. Should be legit. So that was just a call with my coach. Essentially, today is 26.2 miles of full marathon with 6,300 feet of elevation gain. 6,247 to be exact. So it's going to be a beast of a day. I've never been out here before where I'm at, so that's why he was calling and kind of explaining everything to me. He's been out here and ran these trails, so I got a map on my Garmin. First time I'm ever using that feature, so we're going to hope it works well. But he said they're clearly marked and easy to see, so just got to get after it today, man. That's about it. Just got to bring a good attitude and get out there, bring my best effort. That's all I can do. Shoes of choice today, we got the Hoka Tecton X3s. So I wore these last weekend, first time ever wearing them. I love them.
and this is a really good trail race day shoe. So I'm trying to get used to running in them on these longer efforts. This will probably be one of my last times running in them before race day, just because I want to keep them fresh. But overall, really like them. A lot of support. Obviously, you get a lot of ankle support. Just super light compared to a normal trail shoe, which is really nice when you're doing some of these big climbs, not having to worry about that huge clunky shoe. So Hoka Tecton X3s, highly recommend. So before I start this run, I'm going to be doing a nice dynamic warm up. I like to take 10 to 15 minutes to really focus on warming up, especially the muscles in my lower legs, because on some of these big climbs, if you don't warm up properly, you will feel it in your calves, in your Achilles.
Yeshua.
I'm standing here getting ready to go, packing up my stuff. I forgot my bottles. Here they are. You guys wouldn't believe it. Come all the way back home to get these bottles. I go in the house, go to the bathroom, grab a little quick carb since I am starting later now. I need to get some more carbs in me before I start. I leave. I'm like a couple minutes down the road. I'm like, I didn't even grab the bottles. And I'm like, I gotta get it together. All right, we are about to get started this run. So as you guys saw, I have this naked fanny pack with 2 bottles in here. Bunch of gels in the side here, like over 10 gels. And then I'm carrying this one as well for some of the run, and then I'm gonna dump it and pick it back up after. So that's why the bottles were crucial. This is gonna be a massive effort. So I had to go back and get them. But like I said, gotta roll with the punches. Let's get this show on the road. Let's go.
My whole concert's full of converts. He done made a saint from a monster. Boy, I had a weapon, now it's thrown against me. But I knew that your weapon wouldn't prosper. Who gon' hold it down? Who gon' hold it down?
All right, we are 4 miles in. Already a little bit of elevation. I hit a little bit of a low point already, but got out of it. Just gotta bring your best effort. That's all I can do. It's really hot today. Way hotter than it has been up north. So that's worrying me a little bit, but I got fuel. I kept my 3rd bottle, got it attached to my hip. So got plenty of hydration, plenty of gels. Just gotta keep trucking. 4.25 miles in. All right, so we just went up a really steep technical ravine. Then I came down it. Now we're on rolling hills. Mile 10, just hit mile 10. Rolling at a 7:25 on these rolling hills right now. Just getting ready for this big climb. Legs are feeling good though. Miles are clicking by. Just trying to have fun. Enjoy it out here. Out here in the boonies. So actually, I don't think there's necessarily a big climb. It's just been gradual, because I just hit the turnaround point. I'm going back now. And I didn't have a huge climb. I'm following the course on my watch. Looked at the notes. So I'm following it correctly. And it makes sense. I mean, there's been a good bit of elevation. I had to do a good bit of walking. So it's just gradual, which is nice, because at the other place I've been running at, they're just big climbs. So it's nice to have a more gradual approach.
Who gon' hold it down? 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 They ain't know that screaming boy Simons. Told him I walk in the land.
On the power line, baby.
Breaking every chain for the convicts.
Here is the big climb.
But I ain't gonna fight you in the comments.
So I'm going down this massive downhill. Quads are getting beat up. I'm just thinking to myself, no way I'm gonna have to come back up this, right? Well, as soon as I get to the bottom, GPS goes burp, burp, burp. Wrong way. turn around. So I'm turning around as I get up this climb. I start going. My GPS again is pointing back down the hill. I call my coach real quick. I'm like, do I go back down this hill a second time? He's like, did you already go down it once and then back up? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yep, go down it again. We just hit mile 21, 21.34. Another little climb here. Mile 23, still climbing. Still mother-freaking climbing, man. 23.2. Said the last 3 miles is downhill, so this climb has got to end soon, man. Wouldn't wish this route upon my worst enemy. Just hit the last turn, heading back to the car. About 2 miles. Legs are feeling pretty trashed, but moving pretty well on this slight downhill to the bottom. So I'm ready to be done this. I'm not gonna lie, but huge brick stacked, huge confidence builder for race day. It's gonna be a grind out there on March 28th. 40 miles, 8,000 feet of elevation. Today is gonna be 26.2 with 6,300 feet of elevation. So it's gonna be a grind out there, man. Whew. Let's see the car. Oh, what a good feeling. It's almost dark out, man. Proud of that effort today.
All right, I had to change real quick, but I want to go over some stats with you guys from that run. So average pace was a 10:23, which I'm happy with, honestly. I would have liked it to be a little bit faster, but that was a brutal run. My grade adjusted average pace was an 8:23, so I'm happy with that. It took me 4 hours and 36 minutes. Average heart rate was a 151. Let's see the elevation. Elevation 6,672. And there was a descent of 6,654. So just some brutal climbs and some brutal downhills. I don't have much more to say right now. I'm crushed. I've been out here really since 12, and then I had to go back home. So I've been out here for 6 hours today, pretty much. I need some food. That was an epic run. Epic run. So proud of myself. So proud of that effort. It's good to be proud of yourself. So we're going to get out of here. It's literally about to be dark. So sayonara. So today is Sunday, the day after I just did my long run, and I am doing a recovery ride on the Peloton. So our landlord gave us this free Peloton that she's never used before, which is an extreme blessing. This is only my second time using it, but I really, really like it for recovery rides, just flushing out the legs after a big week of effort. I just got on there, my legs were super tight, and as I got off, they feel so fresh and just flushed out. So what I did is I warmed up, I did a recovery ride on the bike, and now I'm about to do just some mobility and stretching. And this is what I like to do on Sundays now. It's kind of my new Sunday routine. Instead of just flat out doing nothing, I'm more of a fan of active recovery. So my heart rate during that ride was just in zone 1. So super, super low intensity, just again, flushing out the legs and activating that recovery. Kind of speeding up the process of recovery is the way I look at it. All right, before we get in the plunge, we have our 150 daily push-ups. I got 10 more on the day, so I'm gonna crank these 10 out real quick. So the point of the daily push-ups is not to brag or, show off that I can do a lot of push-ups. It's truly just a small daily win that you can stack no matter where you are. You can show up and do push-ups no matter where you are. When I first started, I was doing 125 in like 12 minutes. Now I do 150 in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Today was 3 minutes, but usually I'm under 3 minutes. So just goes to show that compounding consistency pays off no matter what you're doing. This is the perfect example of that. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. But this is day 208, I believe. So I've been doing this for 208 days straight. I post on my Instagram story every single day, 150 push-ups. Join me if you want to get a small daily win. Whoo! As you guys know, I want to end these videos by just talking about stuff that I learned from the week and stuff that I think you guys can take away. So what better spot to do that than the cold plunge? So it was an incredible week of training. This was my peak week of prep. So I topped out at 68 miles with over 10,000 feet of elevation gain. As you guys saw, that was my peak training run, the marathon with over 6,500 feet of elevation. That was an insane run, probably one of the harder runs I've ever done. And this training block has just truly pushed me to the core. And on some of these runs, I've missed my paces, you know, the paces that my coach wants me to hit for our goal of winning the race. You know, I set out to win this 40 miler. I posted about that on my social media. And ultimately, I was just getting so caught up in that. And I was getting so down on myself when I would miss these paces. And on yesterday's training run, my peak training run, I had a moment of realization that it's a blessing just to be able to do this. Like, what a blessing it is just to be able to push limits. Like, be out in the middle of nowhere, running a marathon with over 6,000 feet of elevation in training. And, you know, I think I was just missing the entire point in trying to win this race. You know, I was just like ruining the fun of training. And yesterday I just had a blast. Like, yes, it was an absolute grind, but there was also just so much peace in it. And that's ultimately what I want to carry into this race, is just show up and bring my best effort. You know, you can, if you don't try at something, you automatically fail. If you do try, you might fail, but you also might win. So it's like, why not just show up and bring your best effort? I talked a little bit about this on the last video too. And that's just what I want to do. You know, I can't focus on the outcome of this race. Can't focus on the outcome of anything in life. But what I can do and what I can control is showing up each and every day and bringing my best effort at whatever I do. Yes, there's going to be harder days than others. Yes, there's going to be days that I don't feel like it. But if I just simply show up and bring my best effort daily, that is all I can control. And that's all God wants. God just wants our heart every day. And, you know, your effort, everyone's effort looks different. Effort is relative. So my best effort is going to look completely different than your best effort. But if you can hone in on what your best effort looks like for you and do that every single day, you are bound to see progress. It doesn't matter what you want to do, you will see progress in it. And I'm just feeling really good knowing that and just putting a lot of trust in God's hands. And, you know, my goal is to just stop trying to control everything. I'm a super type A person and I like to control everything. So just letting go and letting God and just like focusing on what I can control is really my focus right now. So that being said, guys, under 3 weeks out from race day, I feel incredible. You know, I just trusted my coach. It's like less volume than I've traditionally done for a race like this, but obviously way more elevation, which has taken a toll on me. And I feel really good. Just trusting the training, trusting my coach, trusting the process, starting to have fun with it, and really just getting excited to toe the line here in under 3 weeks. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Genuinely appreciate it. Leave a comment if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. After this race, we're going to continue the YouTube. The long form content is just getting started. So appreciate you guys for being here. We will see you on the next video. And that is my time. Peace.